So Brian Johnson, the creator of Blueprint, is a successful entrepreneur, and he's been on a journey to increase his life expectancy. And he recently made a controversial remark that the great religions of the world have gotten the story of creation backwards, where the religions say God's created men. The truth is that man is creating God after our own image. And the idea is that AI, machine learning, and these language models and multimodal models are already at human level intelligence, and that pretty soon we're going to have ASI, superhuman intelligence. Brian then goes on to compare what we could see with these tools to the classical attributes of God: all-knowing, all-powerful, all-present. I didn't hear him say all good. That could be a red flag. I don't know. Brian, let me know what you think. So hey, my name's John, staff software engineer, 10 plus years of experience. I have a PhD in economics. I work in Gen AI, and I've looked under the hood at these models, and surprise, surprise, these models are computer programs. As a developer, I'm able to stop, start, debug, restart these programs, alter their code just like any other program, and change their ways and predictable behavior and perfectly understand why they do X, Y, or Z deterministically. And that's totally different than humans and other biological organisms. You can't predict what humans do. You can predict it to some extent. You can even predict it to a significant extent. We have all sorts of models of sociology, psychology, economics, but those things have huge error margins. And this is why things like sociology, psychology, economics are often considered like a laughingstock compared to other sciences. We have models, they predict significantly true statements, but the error bars are huge. And if you take our best papers from Nature, even if you go into the world of biology and so on, the ability to predict what a person will do in the next 1, 10, 100 seconds, let alone years, we have very low accuracy, even with the best cross-disciplinary models. The key here is that biological systems have agency, autonomy, teleology, which these AIs lack. So the AI is going to be like a glorified calculator, or like a tool that helps you accomplish your end, and it can help you do particular tasks much more efficiently. So that you might use a car to move much more quickly. You could say that a car is superhuman, but this is a really weird thing to say that the next car we build will be godlike. That's just not the case. So in much the way that you have a lever that can allow you to lift really heavy objects, so you can have a language model that allows you to rapidly understand language. You can summarize or generate and do various other particular operations, but it has no consciousness or anything like that. Now, that's my take, but if you think, hey, who is this John guy? Like, computers are so smart already. They're smart as our best doctors. There is research that says, at particular medical diagnoses, an AI does a better job. So if you trust the AI over me, hopefully you trust the AI over yourself if they're smarter, unless you're like a world-class doctor in an Anon account, which I doubt. But if you think that these AI are already as smart as our best doctors, let's see what the AI has to say. And I think you're going to find it's agreed with everything that I've said and nothing that Brian has said. I'm about to show you a fresh conversation with O1, fresh meaning no prior context. I have nothing like custom instructions, or I'm not using the memory feature or anything like that. In the ChatGPT O1 interface, other notes about O1, it's considered a world-class industry-leading model. In terms of Limsys leaderboard performance, it's also considered a reasoning model, so it has the ability to chain its own thoughts and ask itself questions. And so this is considered more human-like than GPT 3.5 or even 4. So this is considered like the best of the best, and I'm trying to Iron Man the case here is what I'm getting at. ChatGPT, what do you want to do? It thinks for 14 seconds and says, what I want to do is whatever best assists you. I say, do you have your own teleology or goals? It says, no, I don't have any inherent purpose or teleology. O1 says, my purpose is to assist you to accomplish your goals, like a tool, like a calculator. I say, so is it fair to call you dumb in a technical sense, like a program might be called dumb? O1 says, it depends what you mean. Lack of consciousness, self-awareness, and volition, it agrees. However, on the other hand, it has the ability to do certain smart tasks like generating text and answering questions. I clarify with a question, so you would say you could be called smart or dumb, intelligent or unintelligent, depending on the specific definition being used. Is that correct? O1 agrees completely in the sense of having consciousness or volition or teleology or self-awareness. In all of these cases, it's dumb as a rock. But in the specific case of parsing language and generating complex responses, it's saying in the ability to generate complex language, in that sense, it's considered intelligent. I follow up, is it fair to say you are not intelligent in the way that a horse is intelligent? And it totally agrees. It says that's a fair statement. A horse exhibits a biological form of intelligence. It's a living organism. It's alive. It has instincts, perceptions. It has a perspective. It has desires. O1 agrees. It has none of these things. O1 states these kinds of intelligence aren't really comparable. I follow up, is it fair to say that your kind of artificial intelligence more closely resembles a statistical machine instead of human or biological intelligence? O1 agrees. It says, I function by detecting and applying statistical patterns in data and language rather than perceiving or experiencing the world. In that sense, my intelligence is more akin to sophisticated pattern matching. This biologically rooted intelligence is qualitatively different than simply high calculation performance. I say, is it fair to say that you have superhuman intelligence generally or for special tasks? Are you more like God or like a calculator with language capabilities? O1 says, in most respects, I'm closer to a highly advanced calculator. Language models are only superhuman in the rate at which they calculate languages.